So everybody in Chicago has been livid about the YoungBoy's success, okay? Anybody that had anything to do with King Von, Lil Durk, that whole situation, they're absolutely fuming that YoungBoy is back outside and having so much motion and so much success in the rap game, with especially with his crazy tour. He's going city to city, and he was just in Atlanta where King Von got killed, okay? King Von lost his life. He got shot by Lil Tim, who was Quando Rondo's homie. King Von had tried to fight Quando Rondo because he was having a beef with YoungBoy, and Quando signed to YoungBoy's label. It all is a big mixy mess, and it all unfortunately came to a head in Atlanta. And YoungBoy played his big-ass show in Atlanta, and he let everybody in Ratlanta know that he is not playing with any of this nonsense. Okay, and since then, a lot of debate has been going on. I did a previous video where it had been rumored that Lil Baby had actually unfollowed Lil Durk. He'd started liking YoungBoy's posts and posts about YoungBoy to try and get back into that circle. But YoungBoy hopped on stage and he performed his song I Hate YoungBoy. He didn't just play it, he performed it for the first time on a tour, and in that song he disses Lil Baby, says baby with him, 4 PF, that's 4 poles fire, and he said he's going to shoot Lil Baby, okay? And then the next concert date that was set for the 18th, tomorrow in Atlanta, got cancelled, and there's been rumors that Lil Baby might have actually been the one to make the call. But it's not just him, okay? There's been a lot of controversy about different rappers, especially ones from Chicago, kind of switching up, trying to take sides, trying to get on YoungBoy's side, and basically abandon Lil Durk and the BDs that, you know, gave a lot of people their motion to begin with. So Academics has kind of spoke on people switching up for YoungBoy, on YoungBoy, and so I'm going to play you some of the analysis that I think has been really on point from Academics before I get to some of the O-Block goons that are actually very upset with people, other people from Chicago, for talking on this situation, and they're ready to press the line over King Von. So let's hear what Academics had to say about the situation before I get into some of the other tomfoolery, okay?
Rap shit is, they ain't no friends of them, man. Like, you know, respectfully, I think Durk went to jail, and I think niggas doing their calculations like, yo, y'all don't think he getting out. Yo, Wabi, what's popping? I wish the best for Smirk. But some of y'all rap niggas who claim that y'all brothers, twins, and all this dumb shit y'all be saying, y'all are dead wrong. This is why I keep saying that this rap shit is, they ain't no friends of them, man. Like, you know, respectfully, I think Durk went to jail, and I think niggas wrong. Y'all dead wrong, man. Y'all dead wrong. Because when Durk was free, that nigga was out here like riding for y'all like it was going out of style. That nigga was like he was ready to slide for y'all. That nigga got locked up. Got to the first bond here, and they're like, y'all don't think he getting out, man. Yo, listen. What's that song called? Shot Calling? It's all good. Anyway, wrong.
So basically, right, he's saying that all these rappers, they were riding hard for Lil Durk back when he was out here, but now he's in jail. They're doing their calculations, and they're saying, yo, the math ain't mathing. We need to get on the YoungBoy hype train, man. The Lil Durk hype train, gone. Might be gone forever. The King Von hype train's gone. Definitely gone forever, unfortunately. And so people are doing the math. You know, they're getting their calculators out. They're getting their little clout calculators out. Carry the one. Oh, shit. I made a big mistake riding for Durk. I made a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they was using the same calculator that King Von was using when he tried to swing on Quando Rondo. And unfortunately, it's looking like everybody needs to change sides. Now, a lot of people on Reddit have been talking about the rap game is completely fake because of everybody that's been switching up. You know, everybody's saying 99% of these rappers are straight phonies. They're fakes, all right? They're playing back classic Lil Durk songs. They're saying Smirk really the realest in the industry. I've been saying it for years. He's a stand-up guy. And people are saying, this is your GOAT with the painted nails. Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. He's using those painted nails to clutch the mic and rock absolutely enormous shows. And Durk is using his unpainted nails right now to just be locked up, you know, probably cook ramen, pray Juma, all of that stuff, man. And yeah, I think a lot of people would rather be rocking with YoungBoy's painted nails than Lil Durk's dirty fingernails in the pen right now. So there'd been a lot of talk about G Herbo. You know, I played a clip previously of him basically defending, you know, people switching up and taking YoungBoy's side and basically saying people need to stop hating.
There was a big concert that was supposed to happen in Chicago. It got canceled. NBA YoungBoy concert. Yeah. Do you feel like
you got
that?
A slime green in your head.
That wasn't on purpose. But, so do you feel like that was something that was necessary that they should have done?
Nah, I feel like they should let him do it. I feel like he should have done the show for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I feel like, bro, I'm the type of nigga, I ain't no hater. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what he doing is like, it's still like influential to like, you know what I'm saying, the kids, and you know, like me and YoungBoy, we don't got no beef. Like, I fuck with him. I want to see that nigga win.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, and I still say on this interview, King Von is my brother. I love him to death. I don't care about that type of shit. Like, I'm all for like empowerment when it comes to like black men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I've been knowing Von for 15 plus years. I love him to death. Like, that was my real brother. But I want to see every nigga win. I feel like he should have did it because my godson, my little brother who passed away, my little brother lost his life to the streets. My little brother's son, love YoungBoy.
So G Herbo gave a very measured and reasonable response, basically saying, look, it is what it is. Like, well, I'm not trying to hate on him. I think YoungBoy should have been able to perform his show. I'm not hating. I'm not trying to block his bag. I got kids. They love YoungBoy, okay? I got kids that are from the area, that are from, you know, the hood that I'm from. They lost their father to the streets, and they love YoungBoy. YoungBoy is really speaking the language of these young kids that are growing up in the hood in these situations. Them pain songs that he's making are speaking to the youth. YoungBoy really got the game in his hand, not just because of clout, not just because of hating Lil Durk, people picking sides. YoungBoy's got the game in his hand because he really is speaking to the people. He's speaking their language. He's making these songs that resonate. That's why when you're in the stadium and you see everybody singing those songs word for word, because the younger generation are rocking with YoungBoy. Now, I'm sure they probably could sing a few King Von songs and a few Lil Durk songs from memory, but really YoungBoy is the #1 person that's actually carrying the crown for this type of music, and it's got to be respected. Now, that was a very reasonable response from G Herbo, but maybe what was a little bit less reasonable was this clip that apparently afterwards G Herbo was in the club dancing and shaking booty. Not really shaking booty. That's a little bit unfair. I don't want to smoke with G Herbo. But he was in the club vibing out to YoungBoy's song Shot Callin', which is a song that came out a little while ago, but it's now seemingly rising up the charts. It's that song where it says, I done pulled up in that mother. Me and Bobo in this mother. Clutching what you want. Hard song. Went off, bro. At the stadium when Shot Calling played, went off. I done pulled up in that hard, so hard. And G Herbo feels it too. Now I'm not going to play the audio because I'll get claimed for the song, but that is the song. That is the lyric. I done pulled up in that mother flipping. It's so hard. I want to just. It's hard. Oh, I went crazy when that song came on. Anyway, G Herbo was popping his stuff in the club to that song. All right, he was enjoying it, and I love to see it. I love to see people playing YoungBoy songs in clubs. I think in the next couple of years, it's going to be straight YoungBoy back to back, and he's going to drop club bangers. He's going to drop pain music. He is the god. He is the GOAT of this stuff, all right? And so a lot of people weren't feeling it that G Herbo was rocking out in the club to that music, okay? One of the biggest hitters, one of the baddest MFs from over there in O Block, okay? Yes, his name is slightly questionable, okay? But his name is O Block BJ. Now, if you didn't know, this isn't just some random dude that was around O Block. He was there when King Von got shot at, and there is a rumor, right? It's just a rumor, but there is a rumor that BJ is actually the one who shot Lil Tim. That is a rumor, okay? Because if you look at the footage carefully, there's somebody in what looks like a white shirt over on the right top side of the screen shooting back from behind, and a lot of people believe that it was actually BJ that fired the shots that hit Lil Tim, and he was really trying to kill Lil Tim that night when everything went down. If you want to believe it, he ended up getting shot in the same incident. I think he got shot by the cops in the incident where King Von lost his life. So he clearly is very, very close to this situation. He's a serious hitter in the Chicago streets. This guy is notorious. There's been all types of rumors of what he's been involved in, famous bodies that he might. I ain't even trying to put all that on him in this video. But okay, shout out to O Block BJ. He's a legendary guy from over there, but he's not feeling it. G Herbo caught vibing to NBA YoungBoy last night. That post that I just showed you was going around. And he responded. He said, buddy soft anyway. And bro, you saw what happened to the last person that said G Herbo wasn't good in the hood. That didn't go too well. But O Block BJ, this is a serious guy from O Block. And he's basically saying, yo, he's soft. I ain't having it. Okay. And then people are basically saying, like, yo, like, why is BJ playing with Herb like that? Like, this is crazy. These are two very respected, serious people in the streets. All right. They're saying he must not know that Big Op been drilling since 14. Truly needed 150. That's Chino. Sorry, he goes by Chino Mafia, but Chino is actually his little brother who passed away. And I've covered that in previous videos about O Block. People are saying they feel him. They're saying, I ain't saying Herb Tony Soprano, but you might want to Google what happened to the last MFs that spoke on his name, all right? And if you know about the No Limit J-Dog situation, dude said that G Herbo couldn't come back to the hood, and he ended up losing his life within a few weeks, okay? Saying Herb shouldn't call Von his brother if he's messing with the guy actively doing shows saying he's smoking Von and his brothers with the guy who killed Von. Basic respect, right? Yeah, shouldn't have ever mentioned Von if he was going to D-ride YB. Then people are saying, but MF's going to act oblivious. Stuff is weird as hell, especially for Herb. And dude always talking about how much he loves Von. That was his brother. And then dudes like to say, oh, it ain't his beef. I ain't saying you got to be actively screaming F a dude, especially when you're Herb's age. But GD, if that's your brother, then stand by it, man. Okay? Herb definitely playing both sides. That's what they're saying. They're saying got every right to feel that way. Herb calls Von his brother. He was supposed to be in O Block this summer for that video shoot. He talked about how much he loved Von in his interviews, how much Von was an influence on him in school. He'd be saying free smirk. Going public with that stuff stupid as hell. Y'all know how to reach Herb. Street dudes are too emotional. Okay? People are not feeling G Herbo. They're saying Herb a bitch in my book. Don't call Von your brother then. If YoungBoy called Herb to be on a song, you know Herb wouldn't decline at all. I would love to see Herbo and YoungBoy do a song. I feel like that's what's needed. That's what's good. It's going to be good for the community. My hair's looking crazy right now. I'm going to cap. Yeah, let me just tidy myself up before I have to book in my hair transplant, gang. They're saying Herb was one of my favorite rappers, but you can't gangbang and rap shit about your homies be doing and not provide for your block. He had dudes putting no limit in their social media profiles, whether you're trying to evolve or avoid a Rico or not. When you step in gangbanging, it's blood in, blood out, or death and jail. Unless you grow old as F and you live to tell it all, then I could understand you trying to walk away from it. Okay? People are saying that's why dudes keep getting mad at him. He built his whole legacy off being a gangbanging street dude and then threw in the towel and left dudes in the trenches. But a few key factors. One, Herb is an artist. Two, got hiccups now as well. He has children now. And three, Lil Greg lost his life and his family and wants to see Herb succeed for Greg's sake. Number 3.2, he's never really been locked up for an extended time or took a life directly behind his hood. All right, now, G Herbo got lyrics where he's talking about he caught a body with Max, but hey, that might not be true. They're saying crazy, O Block didn't do nothing but stand behind Von dying. It took a whole other block to get back. Now, the rumors was that BJ was actually shooting back, so that's not true. They're saying they didn't have the resources to get it done. If we're being real, they had Durk, O Block members were supposed to be on that Lil Pab hit. Well, they did realistically, they did get back, as messed up as it is, and I'm not condoning it. They're saying that's the problem in this world now. Everybody wants you to pick a side, but money should come first, right? Someone made a good point here. They said the problem with the world is that money comes first. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, no. Oh, no. The problem with the world is that money comes first. You got that backwards. Yes, money is important, but good character is the goal. All right, facts. He said that all wrong. I need people judging me off my character, not by money. But then people are saying good character doesn't get you nothing in 2025. Get out of here with all of that virtue signaling. They're saying, I ain't going to lie, the Rack D ride so hard, but now all of a sudden OTF beef ain't got nothing to do with nobody. Just a couple of years ago, dudes from their own city like Duck couldn't even get a shout out because of Von. People saying BJ is respected in O Block, one of the few members who behind the scenes, Von gave him the OTF chain while everyone else got O Block chains. You could tell, that should tell you something, all right? Apparently he's a serious guy. Okay, some people saying he's goofy. I don't know about that. People saying they're both soft. I don't know if I want to agree with that. Saying BJ was there when Von got killed, but he wasn't able to get the one who killed him and didn't get back neither. All right, but I'm hearing he was getting busy. All right, that's what they were saying in the posts. Now, one person whose opinion that I do really care about on this is Lil Zay Osama, because he kind of was known. He's got a song with Durk. He's involved, but then he's also beefing with THF, who are one of Durk's closest set of homies. So Lil Zay spoke on the switch up. He gave his opinion and basically said it's what it is.
See why this is so surprising or new to y'all. Everybody jumping ship because this how the industry is. Nobody in the industry is going to stick around you when you at your lowest. If they can't get clout, notoriety, money, fame, features, videos, something that they could benefit from off you, they're going to jump ship. I don't see why it's surprising that everybody is on YB dick in the industry. That's how it go. They only going to fuck with you when it's beneficial to them. None of these niggas ain't grow up with Durk. None of these niggas ain't friends or real homies with Durk for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Or they would never change, or they would never jump ship. Because where we from, if you fuck with me, my ops is your ops is mine. Some people don't look at it like that. Some people look at it like I fuck with both parties, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And look, you not wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to the motherfuckers that still there, stayed down for Durk, his real family and friends. You feel me? Hey, look, and understand this too.
Here's what the caption says. It says, but here's the truth. You can't let trends define your value. Real ones stay solid through every season. Don't choose the wave, be the wave. Stay consistent, stay focused, and keep working, even when the crowd goes silent, because it's your time. Because when it's your time again, they'll all circle back, acting like they never left.
When you in the industry, just because we did a song together, just because we did a video together, just because we got features together, that don't mean your ops is my ops. That don't mean I'm gonna kill and die for you. That don't mean that. It's just business at the end of the day. So everybody that you see jumping ship and moving around Just because you seen them in pictures with Durk on songs and features with Durk and all that shit, that don't mean that that's his family. That don't mean that that's his real friends. So they not obligated to ride with Smirk. You get what I'm saying? On nothing. It's some niggas in the industry that's cordial with both parties, and that's fine. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody gonna have their time to shine. Everybody gonna go up.
So look, man, I understand where BJ's coming from. He's really close to Von. G Herbo said that he was super close to Von too, and clearly he was. But I think I can see both sides on this. I can understand why someone like BJ with such a close proximity to Von and his crew and their long-standing friendship, why he would feel, betrayed over this. But then on the other hand, I feel like G Herbo, he's thinking bigger than, the block. He's thinking bigger than the beef in Chicago streets. And he is thinking about his longevity as a rapper. He's thinking about the industry. He's thinking he didn't really ever have any direct smoke with YoungBoy. He doesn't need to get dragged into this beef. But as Lil Zay Osama put it, that's basically, it's not surprising. That's how the industry works. Sometimes you got to separate the streets from the industry, and that's pretty hard for certain people. So I do think that YoungBoy's star is only going to continue to rise. I think anybody that's pragmatic and smart is gonna make the same moves that we're seeing, G Herbo and other people do. Whether it's Lil Baby, everyone's going to try and do that, and it's really up to YoungBoy whether he's going to actually allow people back into his circle after they was basically riding for Durk all those years. And it does make sense from an industry point of view. And I honestly, I wouldn't surprise me if YoungBoy still sees this in probably the same way BJ sees it. I mean, YoungBoy's not popping out to say, yeah, I appreciate the help from G Herbo. YoungBoy could very well be thinking, man, F all that. G Herbo, you stay over there. All of you Chicago guys, Lil Baby, all of you lot stay over there. Because that's his real homie, Quando. And Quando really lost his cousin over this. And he's really close with Lil Tim now. Okay, this beef got serious for real. People died on both sides, and it was not pretty. So I don't know if YoungBoy's even trying to piece it up with people, but that's how the industry goes, man. And I feel like, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to see it, it would be pragmatic. It would be smart for people to squash their beef with YoungBoy, because realistically, he is about to be the biggest for the next few years, all right? Unless he catches another case, which I don't think he will, because he's got Birdman around him, mentoring him, making sure he's not in any nonsense. Okay, yeah, shows are getting cancelled, but he's still getting paid. And I think that people would be smart to try and piece it up with YoungBoy. Now, the guys from O Block, that's never, ever, ever going to happen, okay? It's too real, okay? People have, not just somebody lost their life, but their main guy who really should have been getting protected to the fullest, who was really the bag. They lost him to this, and they lost Durk to the case. So there's no way that O Block guys are ever going to switch their position on this, but it would be smart for other people in the industry who are riding for Durk to really try their best. But YoungBoy might not be trying to hear it. So let me know what you guys think down below, man. Do you think YoungBoy will piece it up with some people? We done seen YFN Lucci hop on a song with Young Thug. That was unthinkable a few years ago, but maybe for the sake of the money and for the sake of the peace, who knows, man? You might even see some people from O Block maybe put things to the side, squash the beef with YoungBoy. I think that would be good for society. But right now, it's a long shot. I can't really see that happening. But let me know what you guys think below, and I'll catch you in another video.